Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Kova here, and welcome back to yet again another transfer video. And before starting, as always, all I ask is that you subscribe if you are brand new around here, and you will receive a daily gossip video every single day straight to your subscriber notification box. Right, so we're going to kick this one off anyway with Kasper Schmeichel. Obviously, his dad was a legendary keeper. Kasper Schmeichel looks like he's going the same way, although probably not on the the same level, but he is doing extremely well. Obviously, just won the league with Leicester, and that means we've got the club interested in signing him. Apparently, he has a 17 million release clause, and this is interesting. Everton and obviously Ronald Koeman in signing a keeper. There's been I think the past 3 videos I've mentioned Everton needing a new goalkeeper, and Schmeichel may be the guy that they've turned their attention to. So moving on, too far. We've gone for Pele, obviously another Everton target, and this one, I'm surprised it's been so long until it's been a rumour that Everton would go for Pele. Obviously, Koeman managed Feyenoord, let's not forget, they had Pele there. He then went to Southampton. I think he might have waited a season, but then signed Pele again. And it wouldn't surprise me if he went to Everton and was like, yeah, I need Pele again, especially with Lukaku apparently leaving the club, which we'll cover later on in the video. But, they do need another striker. They need at least another striker anyway, as a backup at least, or possibly, the chance to play 2 up front rather than just 1. Next up is Nzogby, a bit of a strange one, but he is actually training with Sunderland. He got released by Aston Villa, pretty much got relegated to the youth team, or was told not to even train. But he is apparently training with Sunderland with the view to actually signing for them, and obviously getting his playing career back up and running a little bit. I think if he puts his head down and gets on with it, Sam Allardyce is the right man to change his career around. Next up is Moussa Sissoko. Now, there's 2 players who both want to leave Newcastle. I'll cover the other one later. You probably know who he is. But this one is Sissoko. Obviously at the Euros with France. And he's actually playing, which is surprising me. I didn't think he'd get in that team, to be honest. I thought he'd be well behind, say, Coman on that right-hand side. But apparently Sissoko is the type of guy that France need. He is quite defensive right mid in terms of more covering for the right back rather than Coman, who I don't think he would do much covering. So yeah, he's been getting in the France team, and he wants to leave Newcastle United. That's what I am hearing today. Next up is Lucas Leiva. He has an interest from Besiktas, and he is open to the move to play more first team football. Now, I almost said Rodgers then. Klopp is signing, a few centre mids. He looks like he wants to get that Dahoud, as we covered yesterday. It looks like Lucas Leiva's career at Liverpool may be over, and I think he kind of knows that. He didn't play much last season, although Klopp, I think, actually does like him. I just don't think he fits our system. And obviously, Klopp wants a young, hungry team who can cover a lot of ground, which I don't think Lucas can do anymore. Next was Paul Pogba, the big one. Manchester United are willing to break the 100 million barrier to sign Paul Pogba. Mourinho is confident of convincing him to rejoin Old Trafford. Yes, that's right, rejoin. Manchester United let this guy go for nothing, and now are going to pay 100 million to get him back. That's incredible for starters. But at the time he wasn't playing much football at Man U, and he wanted to play first team football and didn't think he was getting the opportunity under Alex Ferguson. So he left and went to Juventus and obviously become a world beater. But he is apparently coming back. But obviously there is rumoured interest from Real Madrid, Barcelona, and I think Bayern Munich at one point, where touted as a club that he'd go to. I think personally it'll be a straight shootout between Real Madrid and Manchester United. Next up is Leroy Sané. Now, Manchester City are apparently close to completing another deal for a player, and it is rumoured to be Leroy Sané. 40 million is what the rumoured deal would be. Not sure how much truth is in this, but Sané has been rumoured to Manchester City for a long time. He's been rumoured to leave Schalke for a long time as well. So, Guardiola knows him when he managed in the Bundesliga, so it wouldn't surprise me on this one. Next up is Benteke, the other big one, I think, and Crystal Palace bid another bid for him after having 25 million rejected. They've apparently now bid £31.5 million for the striker. Now, if I'm a Liverpool fan, I would bite their hand off. I'd literally drive them all the way down to Selhurst Park myself. 31.5 million for a player. I think we paid 32. It is quite incredible. I know, to be honest, let's just get first thing straight. I think Benteke is a good player. I think he needs a certain system to suit him, but he is a very, very good player, and I think he will do well at a club, for example, that has wingers and is clearly going for that style of play, Crystal Palace, where they cross it in quite a lot. Obviously, to play Wickham in the end, who had more of a stature about him than, say, Dwight Gale, who got knocked down and is now being sold. So Benteke looks like the guy that they want and or need. Next up is Morata, obviously gone back to Real Madrid from Juventus, and they apparently looking to sell him on. Arsenal are willing to offer him £140,000 a week to make the move to the Emirates. Now, this guy's only 23 still, so he does have a lot of life left in him. Don't know what the fee would be, but I think Real Madrid have got him back for like £17 million. So you're looking at least that, if not more. More like the 25 million mark, I believe, for Morata. Next up is Lucas Ilario. I haven't really heard of this guy, I'm not going to lie. He is a River Plate striker, but he is getting interest from Tottenham Hotspur. There's no doubt that they need strikers. Obviously, they're going for the Dutch guy Janssen, and Ilario is also another target. Next up is Harry Kane. Not really transfer news. It's just to say, like, he is getting a new Tottenham contract, so it looks like he will be a Spurs boy for life. Everyone pretty much knows that anyway. He is a Tottenham fan, and I can't see him leaving unless it's for, like, Real Madrid or Barcelona, and I don't think he's going to get that good to go there. He's not like Bale standard. And here's the other Newcastle player who literally wants to leave the club, and that is Wijnaldum. I think him and Sissoko probably were the best players at Newcastle last season. At the beginning of the season, Wijnaldum was just absolutely banging them in, and he was in such good form. I think his head kind of dropped a little bit playing for that team. I think he needs to be playing in a more attacking team, a team that has more of the ball, i.e. your Tottenham possibly could be interested in that. Next up is Lacazette, again linked with Arsenal. You know, apparently Arsenal are in talks with both of them. I don't know if it means both as in like the club and or the player, or just the club, because the next one is also Lukaku. Obviously, we mentioned him the other day. £75 million is his release clause. Arsenal are rumoured to be going for him as well. But guys, that is it. As always, all I ask, if you did enjoy, please hit that like button. Let's even get 10 likes on this video, and I will be ecstatic. But until then, I shall see you in the next one.